Hey Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to the Hub, where we break down everything happening with America's team. The off-season chatter is heating up, and there's no shortage of topics to unpack as the Dallas Cowboys look toward building on what they started this past year. The team has had its highs and lows, and fans are eager to know what the front office has planned to push this squad further into contention. From player contracts to strategic acquisitions, there's a lot to digest. And right now the focus is on keeping momentum going while preparing for a strong start to the next campaign. One of the biggest stories revolves around key figures like Jadeveon Clowney and Javonte Williams, both of whom have shown immense value on the field. Clowney, in particular, has been one of the most impactful players in generating pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and the Cowboys are clearly aiming to ensure he remains a part of the rotation moving forward. His leadership and experience make him an essential presence, not just in terms of statistics, but in shaping the defensive identity of this team. Williams, meanwhile, has proven himself as a versatile and physical running back, capable of providing the kind of consistency that allows the offense to maintain balance. Pairing him with potential new additions to the backfield or offensive line could set the stage for a dynamic, multifaceted attack that keeps defenses guessing and opens up opportunities for big plays. The Cowboys front office has been diligent in addressing the gaps on defense, and discussions about the linebacker group, specifically Logan Wilson, have drawn significant attention. Despite some confusion during the late season rotations, the coaching staff is committed to evaluating the depth and talent at the position to ensure readiness heading into the offseason. There's a clear recognition that mistakes can't be repeated, and improving communication and execution among defensive coaches is a priority. This focus on accountability and preparation demonstrates that the team is serious about not just making incremental improvements, but redefining how defensive rotations are managed and ensuring that all personnel are utilized to their fullest potential. For fans, understanding this process gives insight into the strategic thinking behind roster moves, and it also highlights the balance between developing young talent and maximizing the performance of seasoned veterans. Offensively, the Cowboys have established a strong foundation, and the continuity in the offensive line has been a key factor in maintaining the physical identity of this team. Players like George Pickens have become pillars in the trenches, providing both protection and run-blocking capability that allows the backfield to operate efficiently. The interplay between the offensive line, running backs, and skill players creates a system where physicality and precision work hand in hand, giving the coaching staff multiple avenues to adjust during games. This balance is critical as the team looks to capitalize on the offseason and prepare for a schedule that will test both the depth and adaptability of the roster. The synergy between the veterans and younger players will be an important storyline to follow, particularly as new draft picks are integrated and the team seeks to establish a cohesive identity heading into training camp. Financially, the Cowboys are approaching the offseason with a clear plan to manage the salary cap while retaining key contributors. Players like Clowney, Williams, and Pickens are priorities, and the front office has been methodical in evaluating different scenarios to keep the core intact. Decisions on contracts and cap space management are not just about retaining talent, but also about creating flexibility to make strategic additions in free agency. The front office understands that balancing the present with future growth is essential for sustained success. Fans can expect a combination of targeted acquisitions, careful contract negotiations, and a focus on maintaining team culture while improving competitive performance. This approach reflects a front office that is confident in the direction of the team, but also committed to fine-tuning every piece to maximize results on the field. The role of the coaching staff, particularly with the defensive rotations and player utilization, has been under scrutiny. The team recognizes that clarity in communication and consistent execution are non-negotiable for success. When it comes to players like Logan Wilson, missed opportunities during games serve as a reminder that every snap counts and that the system must work for all involved. Adjustments are expected, and the offseason provides the perfect opportunity to address any discrepancies. The emphasis on leadership, both from the coaching staff and veteran players, will shape how younger contributors integrate into the team, ensuring that each individual understands their role and can perform at a high level when called upon. The integration of new talent with existing stars is crucial in building depth, sustaining competitiveness, and ultimately competing for championships in the seasons to come. Looking at the big picture, the Cowboys are positioning themselves strategically for both immediate impact and long-term growth, maintaining key pieces, addressing gaps in both offense and defense, and refining the processes behind player rotations are all part of a holistic approach to team development. Fans should be excited about the balance between stability and calculated risk-taking, whether it involves re-signing impactful players or scouting the next wave of talent to complement the existing roster. The decisions made in the next few months will set the tone for the future, and the front office has shown that it is prepared to be proactive rather than reactive. With leadership from both the coaching staff and veteran players, the Cowboys are setting a standard for accountability, preparation, and execution that will carry into the next season. The conversation around free agency, particularly regarding players like Jadeveon Clowney, is one of the most compelling narratives as the team prepares for the new year. There is a clear intent to engage with Clowney early, ensuring that he remains part of the defensive framework while also signaling to the league that the Cowboys are serious about building a competitive roster. This strategy is mirrored across other positions, with careful consideration given to player performance, potential, and fit within the team's identity. Every move is calculated to strengthen both the immediate roster and the broader strategic outlook for the team. Fans watching these developments are witnessing a front office that is methodical, detail-oriented, and committed to making informed decisions that align with the long-term vision of the franchise. Meanwhile, players like Kenny Clark bring added value both on and off the field. Known for his leadership and consistency, Clark represents the kind of player that not only impacts games, but also shapes the culture in the locker room. Keeping players who bring this combination of skill, work ethic, and leadership is a priority, and the front office recognizes the importance of having these foundational figures in place as new talent is integrated. The synergy between established stars and new contributors will define the competitive landscape of the team, and the Cowboys are clearly focused on creating a culture where performance, accountability, and growth go hand in hand. On the defensive side, rotations and coaching decisions remain under the microscope, particularly with the linebacker group. The oversight in snap counts for Logan Wilson highlights the need for improved communication and clarity in execution. The coaching staff is aware that accountability is crucial and that every position requires careful management to ensure that talent is maximized. This focus on refinement, coupled with strategic acquisitions, reflects a front office and coaching staff that are aligned in their vision to elevate the team's performance on both sides of the ball. Fans should anticipate meaningful adjustments during the offseason that will address these areas while also maintaining the identity and physicality that define this Cowboys team as we move further into the offseason. The Dallas Cowboys' focus on roster construction becomes even more apparent. The team has made it clear that maintaining the core pieces from last year is crucial, but equally important is how they build around them. Players like Javonte Williams, with his combination of durability and versatility, could serve as a cornerstone in the running game, providing a complementary option to any new additions in the backfield. His physical style not only wears down defenses, but also opens lanes for playmakers elsewhere on the field. Williams represents the type of player who can bridge the gap between seasons, ensuring the team maintains continuity while simultaneously exploring opportunities to improve depth and explosiveness. Pairing him with a strategically chosen running back or leveraging him in a dual-threat backfield could create one of the most balanced rushing attacks in the league. This is the type of thoughtful planning that signals the Cowboys are aiming for more than short-term fixes. They are methodically building a team capable of sustained success. Clowney's potential return is another cornerstone of the offseason narrative. The defensive end has consistently been a disruptive force, and his presence sets the tone for a defensive unit that thrives on pressure and physicality. Retaining a player like Clowney is not simply about statistics. It's about culture and identity, his ability to elevate the performance of those around him, particularly younger defensive linemen, is invaluable beyond the X and O's. Having leaders on the field creates a standard of accountability, which is exactly what the Cowboys need as they look to solidify a defense that struggled to consistently perform at the championship level last season. Alongside him, veterans such as George Pickens and Kenny Clark provide the stability necessary for developing younger players and sustaining competitiveness throughout the long grind of an NFL season. The combination of experience, leadership, and emerging talent forms the blueprint for a team that is serious about contending, not just for wins in isolated games, but for sustainable competitiveness year after year. The front office's commitment to balancing financial flexibility with roster continuity is another critical theme. Strategic management of the salary cap allows the Cowboys to maintain core players while exploring targeted acquisitions that fill specific needs. This calculated approach ensures that the team does not compromise long-term potential for short-term gains, a mistake that can haunt franchises for years. By prioritizing key contributors and assessing how each piece fits into the broader strategy, the Cowboys are demonstrating a level of foresight that fans have not always seen in previous years. The focus is on creating a roster that can handle the demands of a full season, withstand injuries, and maintain competitive balance while still pursuing championship aspiration. Every decision is measured, every move deliberate, and the overarching theme is building a team that can win not only this season, but set the stage for consistent success over the next 5 to 10 years. The dynamics within the coaching staff will also play a major role in shaping the upcoming season. Defensive rotations, in particular, will be scrutinized, especially after some of the challenges seen with players like Logan Wilson last season. Addressing these issues during the offseason will be critical for maximizing player performance and ensuring that the defensive unit operates at peak efficiency. The front office and coaching staff appear aligned in their commitment to accountability and execution, understanding that even small missteps can have outsized impacts on game outcomes. This alignment is key to fostering a culture where every player knows their role, every snap is meaningful, and mistakes are minimized as new players are integrated into the system. This culture will be essential to ensure smooth transitions and consistent performance across the roster. Offensively, the Cowboys are poised to continue emphasizing physicality and balance. Maintaining a strong offensive line and key contributors in the backfield provides the foundation for both the passing and running game to operate effectively. Players like George Pickens embody the toughness and technical skill required to dominate in the trenches, while Javonte Williams adds a level of explosiveness and reliability that keeps defenses honest. Integrating new talent into this framework without disrupting the established chemistry will be an important challenge for the coaching staff, but one that appears manageable given the strategic approach to personnel management and player development. This balance between preserving what works and innovating where needed is what separates good teams from championship contenders, and the Cowboys seem to be fully aware of the stakes. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. Rumors are swirling in the NFL world as Dallas Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer reportedly announced that star cornerback Trevon DIGGS has been sidelined due to disciplinary issues. The news has sent shockwaves through the Cowboys locker room and among fans, leaving many questioning the future dynamics of the team's defense, known for his ball-hawking skills and game-changing plays. DIGGS has been a cornerstone of the Cowboys secondary, and his absence could have significant implications for the team's defensive strategies. Sources close to the organization hint that this decision was not made lightly. The nature of the alleged disciplinary issue has not been fully disclosed, fueling speculation across sports media and social platforms. Some insiders suggest it could be related to a clash with coaching staff, while others whisper about off-field matters that may have prompted the drastic step. Regardless of the details, Schottenheimer's move signals a firm stance on team discipline, emphasizing that even elite talent is not immune to consequences. Analysts are already debating how the Cowboys will adjust in DIGGS' absence. With the team boasting depth in the secondary, some argue they can weather the storm. Yet few deny that losing a player of DIGGS' caliber could alter game plans and potentially impact the defensive unit's confidence. Fans, meanwhile, are left in a state of uncertainty, torn between loyalty to the player and support for the team's leadership decisions. The rumor mill is also stirring speculation about potential trade talks or off-season ramifications. Could this disciplinary issue mark the beginning of a bigger shakeup in Dallas? Sports commentators are weighing in with bold predictions, ranging from internal reconciliations to dramatic roster moves. While nothing is confirmed beyond the initial announcement, one thing is certain: Trevon DIGGS' sidelining has ignited a storm of conversations and conjecture that will likely dominate headlines for weeks as the Cowboys navigate this unexpected twist. All eyes remain on the organization's next steps. Will there be a path to redemption for DIGGS? Or is this the start of a new chapter for both player and team, until further clarity emerges? The NFL world will continue to buzz with speculation, eagerly dissecting every hint and whisper surrounding one of the league's most talented cornerbacks. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.